Alrighty, y'all, g'day, how you gone? Strap in, because we are taking a time machine. We're going to Australia in the 80s. I think that's awesome. I've been on an 80s kick lately. Anyway, I just missed that decade. You know, I was born in 92, but you know, I love 80s, 90s stuff, and we're going to be heading there. We're going to be going to Melbourne, looking at the car scene, some car meets, burnouts. We're going to be in Carlton, Lygon Street, Bouverie Street. Maybe you recognize some of these. This was suggested recently on Discord by Mandela, so I really appreciate that, and this is from an awesome channel called Aussie Jono. This is an hour and a half, this video. How cool is that? Some old VHS footage. Definitely check this out with the link down below, as we're only going to be looking at a few minutes of this, but this will be a good one to watch. I'm going to try and watch this whole thing, you know, on my own. I'm very interested in this. Awesome suggestion. Let's jump straight in. Let's go back to the 80s in Melbourne. Here we go. Ooh, right away. Hold on. My playback speed is wrong. I was going to say, that car was hella fast. There we go. Oh, yeah. Starting out with the V8 right off the bat. I wonder what they would have been using. What kind of camcorder. Back in the 80s, weren't the camcorders, like, huge? Like, you had to hold them on your shoulder? What's he got under the hood? Damn, that sounded hella nice. And he's coming back for another pass. Come on, how freaking cool is that, dude?
Is Purple moving there?
I love all the cars in the street. You know, everything's old. Of course, it was normal back then.
Friday, Monday, as you can see, burnout marks on the road.
Okay, so he said this is where all the drags happen.
Everyone just goes sick here.
Oh, geez.
So that's how we know.
Anyone recognize this spot? I don't know if it's one of these streets mentioned in the title. Carlton, Lygon Street, places like that.
Yeah, this is Bouverie Street.
Bouverie Street.
Where all the drags happen. From Monday to Friday, this place comes alive with the hottest cars in Melbourne. Commodores, Falcons, Rotaries, you name it.
Damn, I feel like I'm watching a an infomercial about Bouverie Street.
It all happens here at Bouverie Street, Carlton.
Hell yeah.
Be here live, and you will see what happens here Monday to Friday. It's the best place to be. Lygon Street. As you can see, a pissy Honda Accord in front of us.
Is that an old Honda? Whoa.
A shit heap. Come Lygon Street and you'll enjoy it. But
I'm guessing this guy, you know, I'm guessing this guy's not a big fan of Hondas, and maybe they were not king of the streets back then, right?
Now all the action happens right there, right in the middle. A car hit that tree in front, an SLE VH Commodore. As you can see, there's full of oil on the road, and it's ready, and burnout marks.
Yeah, I wonder if this still reigns true today. I mean, obviously, street racing could be a little dangerous, right? So, not, you know, condoning that. But, look, I know in big cities, there's always places where people get rowdy. I wonder if this is still an interesting area. We'll say. Nowadays, you'll have to let me know. I don't know, you know, that spot in many cities. I know there used to be a lot of street racing on Doty Road, it's called, in the Chicago area. Now, of course, I don't have time to go see any of that in real life, so I wouldn't know if that's still a thing, but I know at one time it was. We got people speeding.
The one, the red one.
Ooh.
Look at this beautiful car.
That is a sharp ride. Wow.
VK Commodore with a 308 in it, 4-speed. Okay, and here comes Ilias, the Lygon Street freak, with his big 454 sleeper.
I love how there's guys. It's like one of the video games, like Need for Speed Underground or Midnight Club. You know, one of the Tokyo Street Racer games. Like Dude, it's funny. Everyone's got like nicknames, and they know, you know, what each car has, you know, the engine wise and modification wise.
He's making a turn. There we go. Great. He's going to park it now because I think the coppers are coming.
Oh, man. Oh, we got our first burnout.
Yeah, all right.
What is this thing? Well, ain't that a zippy little thing?
Oh,
Jeez.
hey,
Oh, look at the burnouts.
that's the way to go.
My God, what a different time. Right in broad daylight. You know what? I'm sure most of the time they got away with it. That's hilarious. Oh my God. Is that a freaking Tirana SLR 5000? Yo, no way. Now we're talking.
Fucking hurry.
Damn. What a good looking car. Sounds great, looks great. And boy, can that do a few burnouts. Hell yeah. What a awesome machine. Look at these, more burnouts. Hell yeah, let him roast. Aussies always know how to have fun. I think that's always been the case, man. Look at this, another SLR 5000. What a beautiful machine, man. I love how those are, dude. Love them. Great sounds. Look at some of these land yachts trying to do burnouts. It's awesome. Look at this. Damn, look at the smoke on that one.
This guy's gonna reverse the big fucking tank on it.
Hey, I heard sirens. Coppers are gonna get him. Look at the van. Ooh, look at this. Here we go. He can't get him broke loose. Come on, dude. There we go. he figured it out. He's got it. Hell yeah, brother. Look at the crowd, too. Man, dude, I miss, like, the 90s, you know, what I lived through, 80s, of course. You know, I can just imagine, like, dude, I know it sounds cliche at this point because the world has gone absolutely mad. I feel like life, man, back then, everyone used to be outside and hang out. And, like, you know, that's a weird way to put it. I know people still go outside. Like, I go outside. I know people are still living. It's just the world's kind of crazy right now. But look, man, back then, oh, I just feel like it was much more honest, dude. People, like, really knew each other. You knew a lot more people around you. You know, obviously, everyone was less, you know, buried into all these devices and stuff. I don't know. It's so refreshing and, like, fun and nostalgic to look at this stuff. People out just horsing around. You know, people didn't get in trouble. You know, people did dumb stuff, and not to say that's good, you know, but come on, man, you know what I mean? Like, people were living it up, people were having fun, and I don't know, communities were like, it was, and it wasn't all, you know, sunshine and rainbows either. I know there's always been problems and different things, but dude, I don't know, there's something refreshing about looking at the way people were back then, and you know, you got the cool cars everywhere. And I don't know, man. There's just like an energy looking at the old 80s stuff, 70s stuff. It just looks like so much fun. I wish I could just spend a week back there, you know? Look at all the hairstyles and the fashion. What a time. People were living it up, man. I think you already know this, but if you're, you know, watching this and you were a teenager or even like early 20s, mid 20s in any part of the 80s, like, dude, I think you might have had the best timeline, right? I was a teenager in, you know, what are we thinking here? Like mid 2000s, right? 2004, 2005, 2007, 2008, you know, that kind of region. And it was fun because now looking back, somehow 2006, was still, I don't know, like kind of nice compared to now. Like now is just craziness, man. And maybe this is just an American perspective, but like I don't even want to get started. It's like everything now is so crazy and expensive, and the news is out of control, and the government's out of control, and I don't know, it's crazy. And, you know, there's advertisements everywhere and technology everywhere and AI everywhere. And oh my God, I think with this overload of stuff lately, I think people really are yearning for like simpler times like this, dude. Well, at least we can watch them together. I mean, there's some awesome stuff nowadays. Like the ability to connect with people has never been better. You know, you can connect with people around the world. Technology has made so many things like easy and convenient. And, you know, computers and phones and all this stuff are so advanced. It's awesome, right? But there's always, you know, pros and cons to everything. That's a good burnout. And he's got the good old hand grab. The guy to help hold the car back. Wow. Damn. He's still going. He's still going. On the street. Holy smokes, literally. Now that is an Aussie burnout. Hell yeah. My God. It's so funny because another funny part is like, dude, all these cars were just normal. They were just used cars back then. You know, all these famous like early 70s muscle cars and big, you know, sedans with V8s and stuff. They were just cars that were 12 years old, right? Like they were cheap, like out of date, you know, not junk. That would be a little harsh to say, but you know what I mean? Like they were just like, oh, who cares? That's a 12-year-old Ford, you know, like big deal. And you know, fast forward to now, any of these cars here, if they were in decent shape, would be worth some pretty damn good money nowadays. It's just funny, right? That perspective change. I don't know how they're going to top that last car. That burnout was spectacular. People have always just messed around, man. What in the hell did we stumble upon here? I don't know the story there. Damn, is that guy about to like square up on a girl, bro? What? What? Maybe she's not a saint, but still. Jeez. What the heck?
Hey, your mother. He went straight on purpose.
Maybe it's time to take a break. And more burnouts. Looks like we're in like more of a track environment here. Absolutely spectacular. Judging by the sound of that really squeaky wheel spin, I think we're on either some sort of like sticky surface or possibly there's just so much rubber down. That's usually the sound it makes when there's rubber everywhere. Although maybe it's not a track. I feel like a fool. This is not a track. This looks like just some outskirt of a suburb or something, like a dead end road. Yeah. I mean, that looks like a good spot for burnout. Sorry. It does. I mean, there's literally nothing out there. No traffic is coming through there at all. So you gotta expect that. Come on.
As you can see, this car has been neatly presented.
It's cool to see cars.
Final cost of this.
You know, like I'm so used to obviously only seeing car shows nowadays, and you see old cars restored and resto mods, and you know, still like older cars with some modifications on them and stuff.
Machine is unknown yet.
It's for some reason I found it very interesting to see cars back when they were brand new or like, you know, just a few years old. Seeing cars modified back then, right? Just how many different, you know, parts did they have and wheels and all these things. It's kind of cool to see.
Of course, his dad knows. But
cars that were modified in the 80s, right? I feel like it's different, you know?
Yeah, then again, we can all go out and do the same thing, but a lot of us have brains. You can see this lovely blue colour. Check out the graphics, ladies and gentlemen, on the boot.
Insane.
I find it hard to read, but that's the
Victoria plate. I wonder if that's a real plate. I suppose it was, right? Now, they obviously have always had the custom plates then. I mean, this was 40 years ago. Oof, isn't that crazy to say? I imagine this would have cost quite a lot if it was all letters, right? I think I've learned about that before.
Mark, what do you think, mate?
I think it's quite nice, mate.
You do, don't you? And,
the Aussie accent and the 80s look in a nutshell right there.
When you drive a machine like this, you'd like to keep it nice and clean.
He's got a fucking coat on.
If that, I mean, that kid didn't look old, right? He was probably 18 or 19. That's his car? Holy smokes. Damn. I'd have freaking loved a car like that at that age. I was driving a totally beat up 20-year-old Civic SI when I was that age.
Very nice machine.
Yeah, that is beautiful. And then look at this. Finally, some actual, this is definitely a track. It's not a street. I can tell it's a track. I think this is, according to the description, I think it's in Calder Park. How cool is it to see some old drag? I don't know what these would have been called. Like, I don't know if it's like bracket racing or just test and tune. You know, I'm not sure, but how cool is that? To see from the 80s down under. Damn. Those sound phenomenal. Yo, that is so cool, dude. I can't read that. What would this have been? Probably 1/8 mile or 1/4 mile, right? Maybe that looked like 8th mile. This 1/4 mile is pretty long. Unless those were like legit 10-second cars. I don't know. All right, one final clip. Had to throw a bike clip in there. It's pretty cool. Whoa. I mean, is it fair to say that, of course there was always fast bikes before this, but didn't like these Japanese sport bikes really start to pop off in the 80s, right? Like start to get really fast. Or maybe they were fast before that. I'm not sure. I feel like in my head in the 80s, they started to really ramp up, right? Become totally, wheelie machines, super fast acceleration, and kind of like smaller and lighter weight. Maybe I'm wrong, but this looks like an awesome bike. Couldn't tell you what it is, but it sure sounds nice.
How much is getting so much quad over it?
Dude, this is hella cool. I'm definitely going to watch this whole thing very soon in my own time. That is an awesome suggestion. That is a hella cool suggestion, man. Seeing older stuff is always fascinating, of course, especially for me. If it's before I was born, I have like really, really missed the 90s for so many reasons. And I have always been a fan of the 80s as well, because, of course, when you grow up in the 90s, there's still a lot of 80s stuff, right? Like 80s shows and music and all that stuff, hand-me-down stuff, toys and all that jazz. The 80s are still present in the 90s, so I feel like I've somewhat experienced it. But, man, it would have been so fun to live back then, older, right? And so seeing this, of course, combined with somewhere I'm interested in, right, Australia, combining those two things, what a cool concept. I mean, this is awesome footage. This should be preserved. I mean, I'm glad it is preserved. It's on YouTube, and it seems like pretty good quality. So yeah, I am always very pleased to see stuff like this, that can be shared with people of all different generations. So I think that's really cool. What an awesome suggestion. You guys really hit it out of the park with some of these suggestions. It's so cool. So I really do appreciate that as well. And I really look forward to the comments on this. Maybe you guys might recognize some of these areas. Hell, maybe you even might have saw yourself on here. I don't know. You never know. It's a small world sometimes like that. I think it could be fascinating what you find out. But yeah, this will be a good one for comments. I really appreciate you watching, and I hope you enjoyed yourself for this one. Anything else like this that you would love me to see, please send it my way. I'm all ears. I hope to see you in the next one. That's going to be it for this one. My name is Ian. You're watching IWrocker. Until next time, y'all. Catch you later.